What's up, y'all? This is Eric. How y'all doing? I wanted to explain this today. The white picket fence, husband, wife, kids, the dogs, the nice house, big house, the nice cars and everything. I'm gonna call this one the American Dream. You know, to me, it's draining because, you worked hard, saving a lot, and the next thing you know, you have a hard time trying to own a house, own a car, trying to have a partner, and then you have kids together and you cannot afford that. It's all stressful, financially draining, mentally draining. It's hard to make it all that happen together. That doesn't happen overnight. Not everybody can live the American dream. And I believe it's not always possible no more. Dreams come true, but they do die too. If you can't get what you want in America, then you're living an American nightmare. Even if you are living a good life, there's just some things you can't get because it's all about the money. Especially the bills you have, out of nowhere, they just charge you. Simply because they can. And they do whatever they want with your money. Especially goes for car insurance, especially goes for health insurance, house insurance or warranty, mortgage, paying rent, and they put the prices way too high on the rent and houses, especially cars. They put the price high on everything. Now it's like the dollars and the money financially is becoming useless. It's financially useless. What's the point of that? Especially nothing is free, right? Yeah, nothing is free, which I really agree. This is why I make the video series of if you can't buy happiness or money can buy happiness, whatever. Those are the series I've been making. I believe money is happiness because without that money, you just ended up poor, homeless. You have nothing else to do financially. Especially as an adult, there's nothing for you to do if you don't have that money, especially to take care of yourself. It's hard. It's hard being an adult when you get out of high school. Now, I understand that I do have a job, and some people have it worse than me, but that goes with it as well. I could end up just like them. And this is why I feel bad for people who are poor. I feel bad for people who are homeless. And this is why they go crazy, mentally crazy, because everything is expensive in the world. Even though there's help, it still doesn't help. Financially help. That doesn't always help. Especially for black people like me, we don't always get the help from the government. All I got was food stamps. I couldn't get Social Security income. We've tried that for years. I got denied twice, but recently I got denied the third time. So I don't care anymore because it's not helping me. But like I said, people have it worse than me. I might have it worse as them. Depends on what I've been doing recently and how am I going to keep going in life. And depends on how things I've been doing so far. Especially for cars, houses, there's always maintenance and repairs. People will steal things that's a part of your house, like gas, water, and all that stuff. People will steal the parts of your car, like the catalytic converter. I was told that once, my mom and my dad, that they were having a car and the radio got stolen. I had my bike stolen when I was a kid, and I had my bike stolen when people snuck into my backyard and they just took the bike, man. I just found out when I was parking in the driveway that my bike was stolen. You know, people, you never know who's gonna come into your house, break into your house and steal your stuff. Always keep the gate locked. You know, live in a neighborhood where it's safe and they keep the gate closed so nobody can break in. And sometimes living in the hood or somewhere cheap, there's no gate to be protected, which is why people come out and steal. You know, I just came from an Airbnb hostel. You know, my first experience with the Airbnb, I was living at hostel in a shed, sharing the bunk beds. I was always on top. And I do not like bunk beds at all. I do not want to do that again. Do I want to experience again? No, I don't. It was cheap because I couldn't find a hotel that was my budget. I had $300 left over from my paycheck. You know, I don't get my paycheck until I go back. So you know, I was staying there $15 a night for like 4 or 5 nights. No, 4 nights. You know, it was $15 a night, so it was like I was paying like $70 or $60. You know, I was doing just fine. It was a crazy experience because I was living with where, you know, it's all dudes and then they all smoke weed and all that stuff. And then I wasn't able to shower. So all I had to do was go to Target and get body wipes. But luckily I had a bar of soap, so I used the body wipes that I got from Target, and I just went to their restroom and washed up since I couldn't shower. I had to make sure that I was all washed and all that stuff, and you just flush all the body wipes that I've used in the toilet. The struggle was real. It was real. Lesson learned. Have another pack of clothes, and make sure you get a new pair of shoes, because my shoes ripped when I was hiking. Gotten rid of that. Okay, that was off topic, but the things you do in life, you learn a lesson, and it's hard to find things that are cheap because everything around you is expensive. What is going on? Is there another shooting? What is going on? I hope there's not a shooting. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, man. You know, this is why I value stability. Stability over success. And speaking of status, American dream is all about status. People be flexing online, posting stuff online, you know, people do all that. Okay, that was a car, right? I hope that was. You know, people be driving out here with noisy cars, and then their engines, you know, all that stuff, it'd be popping out like it's guns. I'm like, this is crazy. Anyway, it's a lot out here. You know, speaking of status, people be flexing online, posting the cars that they're renting out, you know, the sports cars they be renting, you know, posting new Gucci clothes and fancy clothes that they be wearing from the dressing room, you know, at some in the mall. You know, people do all that stuff to be flexing online, saying that they live in a dream, but they're really not, because they might end up being in debt. They might end up paying the bills, and and they get in a lot of likes. And it's always about getting attention instead of getting support. It's always about that. Especially for insurance. Let me tell you this. Insurance. Health insurance, car insurance, all that. They be scamming you sometimes, man. And especially for health insurance. You know, when you don't have health insurance, I was told that one time, I was looking at stuff. If you don't have health insurance, they will tax you just because you're alive, just because you exist. Which is really stupid, in my opinion. Which is really freaking stupid. It's dumb. So it's like, what's the point of being alive? What's the point of staying alive if you don't have health insurance? Why do you think some people would want to die or want to give up? I know that was too much, way off topic, but status. It's always about status. It's always about survival of the fittest. If you don't have this nice car, if you don't have this nice house, if you don't have this nice clothes, nobody wants to be friends with you. Nobody. If you're just working a job instead of starting your own business, nobody is going to support you. If you don't have this, you don't have that, nobody wants to be your friend. And the whole world is about the haves and the have-nots. I've seen that TV show before. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's always about that. The haves always have everything but wants more. The have-nots, they want everything and more. Yeah. Especially this, where people are jealous about you because you look a certain way, and they're inspired by you. Now they want to copy you. They want to do what you do. It's always about status instead of balance. Status instead of existing as a person today. This is why I deleted almost all of my social media. No Instagram, no Facebook, no Twitter, no TikTok, how do you say it? No Vine, any other social media stuff. I'm trying to find networks that actually take people seriously when they're passionate. I'm trying to find more networks of that. Now, when it comes to having kids, people always tell you this. I want grandkids. You should have kids. I want to take care of the grandkids, I want to watch your babies on and stuff. You're not getting grandkids from me. You're not getting kids from me at all. I'm not having kids. I'm not giving you to you. That goes with my family. I don't care. I'm not giving you my damn kids. I'm going to keep them inside me. That didn't sound right. It's expensive to take care of yourself. You could barely take care of yourself. You couldn't even take care of one kid that you put out into this world. They see the beauty of popping out kids, but they don't see the beauty of the consequences and the experience, the responsibility of taking care of kids. So I don't understand that. You should be able to see the beauty of the consequences. You should see the consequences. You need to understand the consequences, the responsibility, and the experience to take care of a child. If you don't have those things, what are you popping out kids for? You see a lot of baby mamas and baby daddies instead of actual husbands and wives supporting each other like they usually supposed to, and taking care of the kids together instead of marrying each other and then take away each other's resources. It's not fair in this world called America. United States of America is not fair at all. It's about status. It's about work instead of having a work-life balance. No one cares about you. Nobody supports you when you're human and being the person that you are existing today in this world. No one will support you for existing. Nobody will celebrate you for existing. Period. They only support you for your success. They celebrate you for your success. If you're not successful, you're done. Nobody wants you. There are not a lot of real friends that you can find. There are not a lot of real people who can actually be friends with you just because of who you are. It is not that simple out here. It's not. It's all about being fake instead of actually being real and understanding the situation that we are in right now and what we can actually do to fix it together. That's how it should have been. And especially this where they say United States of America, right? How are we united if we don't care about each other? How are we united if all we see each other is success but not existing today? How are we united if we see each other as a person with money and resources, but not a person as a human being that we are today? I don't understand that. Makes no sense. But it is what it is. You could be yourself or you could be someone else. Those are the two choices that you could do in this world. Look, as long as you have yourself together, sure, you can be yourself and be someone else. And being yourself, look, I know what I say that, yes, you should be yourself, but it's bullshit at the same time because you can't find real friends around here. People always talk down on you. So it's like you might end up being someone else because you can't find any real people around here. Unless you go outside the country and they actually support you. They actually, give you food without you paying for it. Giving you a house or a place to stay without you putting money down on it. Giving you all these other resources for you to make money. And when you're broke, they'll give you some opportunity and hopefully you could say yes. That's the way it should have been. And maybe it was kind of like that back in the day. Maybe there was some balance back in the day. Maybe there was. Back in the day where everything didn't cost, everything wasn't so expensive. Maybe it was hard, but it wasn't expensive. I could say that. I could be right about that. I don't know. Maybe wrong. But it's not like it is now, where people say it's easier, but so expensive to live. It's an easy generation, but it's very expensive to live. That makes no sense. No. It's easier for some people, but not all. Some of us, like me, don't know where to start. Don't understand where to start. So, what can you do? That's not my bus yet. I'm waiting for my bus. It's all that stuff. The American dream is draining. It's all about status. Yeah, I just don't understand, man. Especially with marriage. Let me talk about marriage. Women are in charge of marriage. and the government too. Women and the government are in charge of marriage. We as men, we are not. If the government gave us a chance to be in charge of marriage would make things a lot more easier and the less cons of marriage. More pros than cons of marriage. If the government and women give men a chance to be in charge of marriage, everything will be a lot more smoother, and nobody has to take away each other's kids or any other resources to support one another. So that's the way it is. Marriages don't really work out for me, and it won't work out for me when I try it. And especially the wedding. You have to put your money down on the wedding. You have to put your money down on a wedding ring to put it on her finger. And hopefully she'll say yes after you propose. Which I'd rather not do. And especially she will already know that a man is going to marry her. She will already know. So she should be buying a ring herself and put it on her finger instead of making a man doing it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why should a man put in the effort to put a ring on her finger when she did nothing to put in the effort? She did nothing to put in the effort that she deserves a wedding ring on her finger. If there are women who actually put in the effort to get their ring on her finger, okay, let me know where are those type of women. I want to hear their experience. Because the way I see it, most women don't put in the effort of earning a wedding ring on their finger. It's always about what the man has to do for her, not what she can do for him. And especially not what she can do to earn it. So if the American dream is not fair, then that means the marriage is not fair. The men and women that we are existing in today's world, our genders is not fair at all. You see a lot of divorce rates. You see a lot of cheating instead of being actually faithful to each other, like you said in the church, like you said it in the law, like you're supposed to when you make that agreement together. You can't just be changing your mind right after you do it. You can't change your mind. You're wasting time. You will never get it back. You're wasting money, and it will take a long time to get that money back. It takes a while for a man to build himself up. It does. No, it doesn't just take a while. It'll take like 10, 20, or 30 years to build himself back up and to actually heal. To slowly heal. After what he's been through. And especially where a man that had a crush on a woman in high school or any other school, but then she turned him down, and now when he's out of school, when he's in college, she finds out about him. Now she wants to be with him because she cannot replace him anymore. That's why she misses him, because she cannot replace him no more. Game over. It's her fault for turning him down. It's not his fault. But let me tell you this. At least give a guy a chance before he goes to college. Before he even goes to high school. Give him a chance. And then maybe you can move on to the next man. The time is coming. If you're not using that time, you are wasting it. You will never get it back. And that is on you. Look, okay, I think that's over with all that marriage and stuff. It's just going crazy. Yeah. The American dream is dead. Oh, let me speak about college degrees. When you've been going to school for years, waiting for that college degree to come in and put it in your hand after studying, in some field that you were working on at school. Some kind of class, working, studying things that you were in class. And then you graduate and get that degree, you get a job that's in your field of what you want in life, that you're passionate about, but next thing you know, you don't get that job. You get rejected after the job interview. And it'd be like, what's the point of having a degree if you don't get that job? And especially this, where they tell you this, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. If you don't get those connections, you will never get your foot in the door. Like 90% of the time, connections matter more than what you know. It matters more than what you have and the skills you have. Now, if you do both, what you know and who you know, you would definitely get in the door. If your job interviewer knows this teacher from your school, you'll definitely get in the door. If your teacher has, if you ask your teacher about what job you want and they talk to the job interviewer and the job interviewer accepts you in, you'll definitely get in the door after what you learned. It takes a while. I don't know. Opportunities come once in a lifetime. And sometimes you don't get that opportunity after everything you worked hard for. And it sucks. So I feel bad for that. I feel bad, man. Because not everybody has their life worked out like that. And people are always judging, why do you live in a car? Why do you live in a van? Why do you live in a truck? Why don't you have a house? Why don't you have an apartment? Why don't you have a partner? Because it's very expensive and stressful to have it. So some people will just go the poor way out. It's very judgmental in this world. So much judge. Especially where people judge you for being gay and lesbian and being exploited because you're not man enough. Being exploited because you're not woman enough. We're being exploited for our genders because we're not following the gender rules. And that's what makes it so frustrating. You're being exploited because existing as a human being today is not enough. Probably why people commit suicide and why they hate themselves. And why they will never heal. They are too hurt to heal. That was a lot. I just wanted to spit that out. I wanted to get that off my chest. And I had to call out the bullshit in this world because I had enough. When I get older, I'm still going to keep spitting out knowledge, whether I delete videos or not. I'm in my 20s. I should be aware of this. If I was not, I'd be the most screwed over, push over dude you ever see in this world. And you'll see me crying, disappearing into another country, crying for months and years and not knowing what the hell to do. I'll just be some dude crying in the corner, hiding himself in the bushes or in a rabbit hole, and he doesn't want to come out until he feels like it. And probably commit suicide because committing suicide is the only option that we have left, or that I have left. Just die, 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 because there's nothing for you. Nothing but a waste of space. Nothing but a wasted existence into this world that nobody will accept. You're done. It's over. Yeah, that was a lot. I just had to get that off my chest. I had to spit it out. When I get older, man, I'm gonna know every knowledge. Like, I'm gonna have every knowledge, and I'm gonna be more open about things in this world. I don't care how messed up my mindset is. I don't care if you think how messed up it is. I'm in my 20s. I have more time to have more knowledge. I'm not done. You know, I'm not done until somebody shoots me or somebody kills me, stabs me in the back or whatever, do some fatalities on me, and I be dead. I'm alive today because, you know, I'm gonna figure something out. And I'm alive because of my creativity. And I'm alive because, you know, I've learned some things and now I know how to do it. And especially this, it's hard to find a place to live. Sometimes I would just, if I can't find a place to live, then I don't want to do it at all. I just rather live in a tent, sleep in hotels, because there's nothing in my budget that I could save for. I would rather sleep in hotels, practice, live in a different environment, and work different jobs around the world and still get paid. I would rather do that if I cannot find an apartment. Why should I be staying in one place when there are other places around the world? You know, especially this, when you're supposed to enjoy life, don't be staying in one place. You should be more open to other areas and other environments. You know, I'm in my 20s. There's no way I should settle down, even when I get older. There's no way. And I'm going to do everything, and hopefully I don't regret it as I get older. Yeah, it's just I just got to breathe because I had to spit everything out. Yeah, me coming from Arizona, me making this video in the middle of the night, waiting for my bus to go back to California. Even though I enjoy my vacations, I just want to spit something out. Because, man, what I've seen this world as a kid, and now that I see it as a grown-up, things have gotten more worse. And it's pissing me off. It's making me more cynical, more paranoid about how to live and how to enjoy life. Makes me more paranoid, makes me worry about things. And I don't want to bring kids into this world where they're going to end up paranoid, being pushed over and being hurt. And I don't know what to do about it. Especially where I'm autistic and I might not be able to have the voice or the communication to do something about it. Alright, I'm gonna cut it from here. I think I've explained everything. If I didn't explain everything, then I'll make a part 4. Alright, so this is Eric. I'm gonna be sitting down and chill out, wait for my bus and go home and go to sleep and just go back to work in the morning. So, you know, I've enjoyed my vacation. It's over now. Time to go back to work. So yeah, peace out, everyone. I'll see y'all in the next one. More vlogs coming soon once I edit them and when I get back. Until then, Arizona, I'll see you next time.